Hey guys, thought I'd give you a quick update as to where I'm at with my hamstring rehabilitation. I'm 11 weeks post-operation at the moment, so just under 3 months. So I'm still being very much guided by what the surgeon's telling me to do. As you can see, I'm on the bike. I'm still doing the bike, so instead of gradually increasing, I was very unfit after surgery, instead of gradually increasing from 10 to 12 to 15 minutes and more on the bike each time, I'm back to just 10 minutes on the bike, but I've increased the resistance a bit. So I'm able to go a little bit harder, push against a bit more resistance as my leg gets a bit stronger. So I'll go through a couple of things I'm doing at the moment. You'll see my first squat today. And the plan is, what you see me doing today, I'll do a couple of times a week. Today's Tuesday, I'll do bike. Fridays, I'll switch the bike for dragging the sled. And because that'll put a little bit more emphasis on my glutes and my hamstrings, which need to be strengthened. And over the weeks, I want to increase the resistance, add band tension to some exercises, or increase the band tension on exercises that already have the band on it. So I'll give you a quick look now. Okay, so now I've done 10 minutes on the bike. I'm going to move on to squats. I'm going to squat onto a box. You might be able to see I've got a plyometric box with a couple of mats stacked on top of it. The reason being, there's a couple of things here. I want to squat onto a box, most importantly because I want to activate my glutes as much as possible. I need to strengthen my glutes. One, because I haven't done anything for 3 months, no leg work, and they've gotten weak. Secondly, because my hamstring snapped, because the hamstring was weak, but also because I probably wasn't using my glutes enough and they're probably not strong enough. So I need to strengthen my glutes, not necessarily my quads. Secondly, because for safety, I want to prevent how far down I go, obviously, because I haven't done a squat. It's even my first squat since surgery. I'm going to make sure, I'm going to focus on arching my lower back, sticking my butt back, keeping my chest up, and driving off with both feet. I don't want to favour this right side. I want to put all my weight onto my right leg, away from my left leg, my injured leg. I want to use both legs. So I'm going to use a medium stance. It's a little bit wider than shoulders. So just let me do this. There we go. So I'm feeling it stretching on the left hamstring quite a bit. Notice I rock back a little bit. That's just to make sure that when I drive off, I'm using more glute than I am quad. I'm getting my lower back arched hard. That's why I'm sticking my hands out in front of me. And I'm pushing my knees out. I'm really driving both heels into the floor. I'll do what? Okay, we got through that. So I did about 10 there, I think. That's good. I'll do a couple more sets of that. So the next exercise is a hamstring curl. Now I haven't done hamstring curls in years. I'm doing this because my surgeon's told me I need to do them. He wants me to start contracting my hamstring. So that means he wants me to start flexing and working this hamstring muscle in isolation. Of course, I want to use my glutes a little bit too, so I'll be flexing my glutes as well. What I've got here is a mini band, very light tension, especially for the legs. It's very light tension, but that's the starting point, I guess. I know this is going to cramp a little bit because my surgeon did a test when I last saw him and it was cramping up quite bad. But I've got to adapt it to some sort of load. So I'll just choke the band off here and just get my ankles in the band, which is half the battle. And I'm just going to curl my hamstring, curl my legs. And I'm flexing my hamstrings at the top and the glutes what I'm feeling more is on the return. When I straighten my leg, I feel where the tear is, or was, the scar tissue is probably moving around. Other than that, it feels pretty good. I don't know how many that was. I'll do 3 sets of 15 of that before we move on to the next one. Okay, the next exercise is a glute bridge. Now I've been doing these for about 6-7 weeks now. 3 sets of 10 is what I have been doing. I'm going to bump that up to 20s. I'll show you just quickly what this one is. I'll only do a couple of reps. Pretty simple exercise. Just really getting the glutes activated. I'm digging my heels down. So at the top of the movement, it's just shoulders and heels in contact with the floor to really get the glutes working. But as I've said, got to build them up. Obviously a bit of hamstring involved there as well. Surgeon doesn't want me doing a single leg movement with that one yet, because he doesn't want me to load this up in isolation too soon. So I'll do sets of 20 there for the glute bridge before moving on to the next one. Okay, so the next exercise is to do a leg kickback or a leg raise, whatever, lots of names for it. This is to strengthen the glute, obviously also strengthen the hamstring and the glute in a stretched position, a lengthening position, also to work on the glute and hamstring in isolation, but also a bit of torso activation. My form here is going to suck. It's going to be really terrible. But I'm just going to start with 3 sets of 10 on each leg, and over the weeks I'm going to build up. You'll notice I'm going to do this with hands on the ground today. My plan is in the next couple of weeks is to add like they call them a bird dog, you raise the arm up and the opposite leg back. The reason I'm going to wait first is because I want to dial my form in. I want to get stronger here first in the midsection, get stronger in the glutes and the hamstrings first in a stabilised position before destabilising myself by raising my hand up. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. So, without going through all 10 reps, my form, as I said, isn't very good on that because I'm starting from zero and we're building back up. But when you're doing these, don't raise your legs up too high. Just as a tip to take home. A lot of people kick their legs up and they think this is some sort of ballerina movement, that's bullshit. It's not. You want to switch on your glutes and your hamstrings. You don't want to switch on one and switch off another. So you want to kick your heel back to the wall behind you forcefully, activate the glute, stretch the hamstring, and then come back. There's no point, trying to swing your leg up like that. It's just going to get your lumbar, your lower back, and your pelvic alignment way out, and you don't want that. It completely defeats the purpose. So just a quick point there for you guys at home. And then that's the workout. We'll do 3 sets of 10 there. That's my little circuit. As I said at the start, over the weeks I'm going to increase the resistance on some of them by adding some very light tension, like light bands like I was doing with curls. With them I'll increase the band tension. But that's pretty much what I'm going to do on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the coming at least 4 to 6 weeks until I see my surgeon again and take it from there. Hope you enjoyed it.